Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying reading the Bible with our church family. Today I'm going to be going over Luke 10:25 through 37. It's the story of the Good Samaritan, and maybe you've heard it many times, but don't check out because God teaches us something new every time we read His Word. So today, when I was reading it, I couldn't help but notice the similarities of our culture in this country and with the culture back then, where it was pinning Samaritans and Jews against each other, and it feels like we similarly have left versus right, them versus us. And it just really made me think, like, who is a Samaritan to me? Who is somebody who is maybe really hard to love? And then I really started thinking about how the Samaritan, he loves his neighbor in a very practical way. He gives up his resources, he gives up his time, all to care for this person who is so different than him. He cared for this person like he was his family, but he was the farthest thing from it. It made me think about the fact that, so at the beginning of January, my husband got COVID, and we were really relying on people to be our neighbor. And a lot of the people that ended up bringing us groceries and food and medicine, those people were our family members. And so thank God that we have family nearby. It just really made me think about how God has called us and is showing us in this story that He has called us to being people's neighbor the same way that we would treat our families. He wants us to give up our resources. He wants us to give up our time the same way that we would our families, but for the people around us. I just really think God is trying to, and Jesus is telling this story to show us that that is the calling that we have on our lives. And this season is really difficult. I know that for me, when I was stuck at home, all I wanted to do was not talk to anybody and just hermit myself, even though what I really needed was to talk to people, because it's really hard to ask for help. But when we're struggling, it's really hard for us to be able to help the people around us. And so what I think God has for us is He wants to do something within us to give us freedom, to not be overwhelmed anymore, to be so just overfilled with peace and joy from Him, that even in the chaos of this season, we can look outside of ourselves and help the people around us. So I hope that you guys can hear that today and that God is stirring in your hearts. And thanks for listening.